Hello everyone and welcome back to Fubzy's Tank Academy. Today I have a nice little treat for you. It's a replay that has been sent to me by Razzghull of W-Uni, and he's going to be showing us how to play tank destroyers in his SU-122-44. Now the thing with tank destroyers is every single one of them seems different. Some seem to be great frontally armoured, some seem to have great camo, some are quite quick. On the other hand, some have paper for armour, some can be very slow. If you look at my favourite, the Waffenträger E100, you could see that if you had, very poor vision from a mile away. It's got no camo at all. So you've got to know which tank destroyer you're in, what its strengths are, and play to its strengths. Now this one is top tier in this game, so its armour's going to do pretty decent as long as he keeps it frontally on and tries to hide his lower plate. Now Razzghull here, he's taking up a position inside the bushes there so that he can't be spotted. And remember that when you look through a bush like he is here and you see the outline of a tank, as long as the bush is solid, then you hopefully shouldn't be spotted when you shoot, or at least not by the tank that you're shooting at. Because of course there could always be a tank that you haven't spotted that can see you, where the bush would either be transparent or where you're just relying on your usual camo rating. So he's picked up a kill there straight away, and if you notice on the minimap, a lot of his team has gone on this side and they've not really got anyone spotting for them down this side, so it's going to be a little bit tough for him in that he hasn't got a light tank or a medium tank there to light up the tanks for him to shoot at, so he's got to play it careful. But he's trying to pick shots where he can, and he's not wasting shots. He's not taking shots that risk giving away his position unless he knows that he's got a good chance of landing them. But for the moment he's kind of stuck in that he's waiting for targets to be lit up. He knows full well that the enemy's going to have tanks down here. They always do. Apart from when they lemming train all this way, but generally speaking there's always going to be a couple there. So he's asking now in the chat if we can get a spotter down on this side. Still not really got one, but he has managed to see the KV-1. Now he hits him there for a critical hit. Possibly could have zoomed in a little bit further earlier so he could have picked a weak spot more. But he knows where the tank is, so he's going to put a couple of shots down now, like we did in the blind shooting episode, because he knows the tank's there. So all he's wasting really, if he's not hitting him, is a couple of credits. He aims in on the ELC, but the ELC gets taken out before he can fire his shot. And now he's just waiting again to see what's lit up by his friendly ELC. Unfortunately, he goes kaboom. So, back to square one. What can you do? Well, you can go and spot for yourself. Now, again, some tank destroyers have a good camo rating, and by using the bushes here, he's going to make sure that he's not being spotted as he trundles down the road. Now, he could have shot the KV-1 or 243 a bit earlier here, but he turned to have a look at the Oni. Again, could zoom in a little bit more, try and pick a weak spot a bit better, but he manages to land for 403 damage there. Again, now switching back to the KV-1, so it looks like he didn't hit him earlier, and he manages to put in a couple of shots there. I'm pretty sure he would have hit him on the second one, especially with it saying enemy destroyed, so we know he's got this kill there. And again, it was a blind shot. He knew where he was, he'd seen him reversing, he knew where he was going to be, put the shot down and gets his just rewards. But still, we don't have a spotter on this flank. All of the friendly light tanks are now dead, and there's only two medium tanks. And the medium tank on this side is actually sat behind Razzghull here in his tank destroyer. So Raz is having to do his own spotting. Now he's been spotted there and taken his first damaging hit, but he's managed to put a couple back in reply. And the real threat now is the VK2801 that's up on the higher ground there. The VK31OP still sat behind Razzghull, not doing much in the way of spotting for his team. Although looking at the guy's stats, he's 559 WN8 overall, so he obviously doesn't have the greatest understanding of how to play the game. So, we can't This is one thing I don't like doing. I don't like slagging people off for having poor stats, really. You never know, they might be disabled and they can't play as well as they'd like to, or it might be, you know, a young kid that's trying to learn the game. There's a million and one things that it could be, so I really don't like slagging them off normally. He finds a Tog here, a bit of a hit point farming. These things are great, they're huge, they're easy to penetrate, and they've got loads of hit points for you to get. So now Raz starting to move down the 1-2 line here. Again, finds another Tog, and it's more hit points for him to farm. Made all the simpler by the fact that the Tog wasn't moving. So nice hit point farm there. You can rack up lots and lots of damage. Now, of course, on the mods that I'm using here, you won't see the blind fire shots adding to his damage, and the same on the WN8 score. So this is all bits that you'll look for at the end. That's just a minimum guide on the mods there. So he's taking out another Tog, so that now puts him up onto 4 kills, and the SU-100's now up on the hill, and that's putting her onto him. But fortunately, he manages to put in a real good hit there, and I'm not sure if he disabled his ammo rack or his gun, but he manages to put in another one just after he fires. The SU-100 bounced, and Razzghull finishes him off, and he's now on 5 kills. Now he's only a 1-shot now, and this is a bit of a problem. He's already blocked 2 shots since going down to only 115 hit points. So he's backing up, trying to get out of harm's way and use his friendly tanks now to absorb some of the damage. This VK31 OP, still not looking active, still not looking like he wants to get involved. So Raz then quickly realises, hang on a minute, I'm going to have to do it myself. So he pops back forward again, using the bushes as cover, so that the Tog won't be able to spot him until Razzghull can already spot the Tog. Now here he's finally spotted. Again, the bush is solid, so he shouldn't get spotted, and there he fired and the 6th sense didn't go off, so he didn't get the spot. Nearly gets the kill on him there, but just beaten to it, so still on 5 kills. Now he's on for a top gun if he can make this shot. Unfortunately didn't fully aim it, didn't lead it properly, didn't quite hit it. Will he get another chance? He does, but he misses it again. Unlucky Razzghull. So hopefully there you can see some of the key points to playing tank destroyers. Know your tank, know what its strengths are, play to its strengths, try to hide its weaknesses a little bit, but really use bushes in the right way. So if they're solid and you shoot through them, 9 times out of 10 you don't get spotted. If they're see-through, if they're transparent, you can see right through them. Yes, it makes it easier to pick your target, find your weak spot, but it does mean that you're more likely to get spotted when you fire. So, as you can see then on the post-game stats, this was an ace tanker game. He got his mastery badge, he picked up bruiser, shell-proof, fighter, fire for effect, and high caliber. Here you can see the different tanks that he managed to hit over the course of the game. Onto the team score, you can see that he did a total of 5,197 damage, so it's more than what you could see in the in-game mods because of how it works. 5 kills, 1,481 experience. The nearest damage to him was on the other team from the Oni, which managed 4,185, so this was a cracking game from Razzghull there. Grand total of 95,000 credits XP, 95,000 credits profit, not XP, and with his bonuses for premium and the ×3 of the day and the premium vehicle tier, racked up a massive 7,110 XP. So well played Razzghull. I hope there's things in there that you can learn from. Before I sign off for this week, I just want to mention that Sir Havoc on his live stream on Monday has got an event going where it's going to be all of our community's media team. So you've got the likes of myself, Oinked, Sir Havoc, the YouTubers, the streamers, and we're going to be putting a team together to play against other members of our clans. So there'll be a Havoc team, a Havoc 2 team, a W-Uni team. So feel free to drop by and check that out. Should be really good fun, really easy to find. Just go to Twitch, You can search your Twitch on Google if you've not used it before. You don't have to create an account or anything like that. You can view it as a guest if need be. And just pop along on Monday and check that one out. It'd be great to see some of you there. Thanks very much. Until next time, Fubzy signing off.